manuscripts. Actually, this is a great opportunity. Starting this, drawing different pictures you're sending, and what I can say, it for the first time it was really hard because I'm not good in drawing, so I was thinking, oh my god, how would I do this? How I have not I was not thinking how I will maybe go outside and see something, then I come back, I draw it. Sometimes I made bad shapes, sometimes it was so hard, but there are some words of encouragement. Heidi sends to us that every time that you want to be successful, it means that everything is possible. Mm-hmm. When you want to do it, just put all of your mind and much effort so you make it successful. So I was saying, hey, I can be able to do this also. Then we try. Then they bring the pictures, then I try. But for the first time, I remember Prosper asked me, so Naomi, what can you draw? Think about anything that you can draw. I said, oh my God, I can draw anything, but when I'm seeing kids. And he gave me a laptop, and I was discovering some of the photos, and I've chosen a gorilla, maybe you've seen it. So, and I sat down and I started to draw a gorilla, how is it, nose, eyes, and everything. So that's how I felt that I can do anything, wherever I want. Yeah. And we do thank you, Heidi, so much. You've awakened our, maybe, let me say, I don't know if we are not talented, but we'll be talented because of you. And we thank you really so much, really, for investing in this project. I will say more, thank you.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. Oh. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah. You know? We're gonna create. We're gonna play music. We're gonna get like into the groove, and and you know what, you guys really, I feel like right now you've done a lot of the hard part, which is starting with the help of Lori and Prosper. The hardest part is always the first step. And then after you take your first step, you can walk faster and faster, and you can run and then leap and then jump, but it's the first step that always seems the hardest and intimidating. But once you get over that, and you see, I always feel like if there's a big black piece of paper in front of you and you can't see any light coming through, and it just seems so overwhelming, and you take a pin and you poke one hole, and light comes through that one hole, you're like, oh, I'll poke another hole, and then 2 things of light are coming through, and you keep poking holes until you've created almost a constellation and the light's coming through, and then you understand. I've been doing it a long time, so for me, yeah, I can sit down and I can make all this stuff because I've been doing it for 30 years. But with practice, you're gonna get there. I'm not saying it's gonna take you 30 years, I'm just saying I've been doing it that long, and for me it's easy, but you will get to a certain point when you're making the jewelry that you don't have to think, how do I pick this up, it just becomes automatic. It's like cooking. I feel like a lot of times I feel like I'm a chef. I'm a chef of jewelry. So I have my ingredients. In cooking, you have a stove, you have a pot, you have a spoon. Well, in jewelry, you have a torch that heats the metal, just like a stove heats metal. Instead of a spoon, you have a saw. You have a hammer. So you think about, like, if you're making a meal, you have to have certain ingredients. You have to mix them together. You don't have to mix them together the same way, unless you're doing a piece that has a formula. But when you're creating something for the first time, think about, if I made a bread that no one's ever eaten before in their life, or if I made a soup that no one's ever had, what would I put in it? Well, maybe I put some carrots, maybe, and then you find the soup is delicious, then you write that recipe down and you create almost like a cookbook. So if anyone, so say someone wants 50 of that pot of soup you made, how would you remember how you did it? You write it down. You write down all the ingredients. It's the same thing with making a piece of jewelry. It's what parts did you need to make that piece so that you can make it again. But then also feel like each time you make something, it just opens your mind to more possibilities, more creative, different types of soup or different kinds of bread. It's the same thing with making jewelry. So it's just, there's a learning curve, a learning curve. You guys have been through school. So you know, when you start out at the ground, it's the pack is heavy, you know what I mean? And then you get used to carrying that pack, and then you're like, you don't even feel the pack on your back, and you're just walking. So this is all similar in art and creating. It's similar to a lot of things, and you know what an analogy is. Analogy, when you take the soup and the jewelry, and you can start to figure out, oh, maybe this jewelry thing's not so complicated if I think about, cooking or something like that. So it's really taking the mystery out of a process. And once you gain knowledge, it's like riding a bicycle or riding a horse. Once you get on, you know how to do it, And it's the same with jewelry. So I just don't want you guys to feel like it's going to be so hard or it's going to be so complicated. It's just really understanding and getting it, and once you do, you'll just be able to fly. So.
Okay, Flora, do you
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I can't stand up because I have a problem in my leg. So thank you so much. Okay, thank you. So the first time they told us to, they said that we are going to make a jewelry. We are going to learn how they do like this thing, and necklaces or a ring. So I was so, that's a good thing. So and I said, so I'm so interested in it. So the first time when we met with Prosper, he brings for us. He told us that we are going to first drawing. Oh my God! And in my primary and secondary, I was so hate the drawing thing. So I was, is this what we are going to study? What is this? So but there's a word that I like to hear from different peoples. They like to say that if you want to touch or to get your good thing that you want, you should work very hard, and you should oh my God, how can I say? You may see trouble or bad struggle, but if you do it in a very good way, you should touch it or you should get it. So I think I want to show you my first drawing. Yeah, this is my first drawing. Map of Rwanda, and I was in
this is a bad map.
No, it's not. There's no bad art.
So the second drawing, yeah, it is. It is a flower.
That's beautiful. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, and third one, there's that one.
So look at that, is amazing.
It's incredible.
So what you're saying is you pushed through your struggle.
Yes.
And you persisted, and that you know that each step you take, it gets better, and you know more and more, and not to give up.
Yeah. So I have.
That's amazing.
I have said that I will. If the first time I finish to draw this thing, this.
It's still life.
Yeah.
It's still life.
I will say
Amazing.
No, I'm so good in drawing. So,
Yes.
When I continue to do it, I will be perfect. I know that I'm not talented in drawing, but because of you, I will do it. Yeah. You are interested, you inspired me so much, and I thank you so much. So,
And Flora, she put together all of these packages for all of you with the pencils and the drawing
Yeah,
things.
that's
She
why-
did that.
yeah, thank you so much. And
Absolutely.
And also, I thank you so much for your online courses. It is very hard, but you have done it. So you are so amazing.
Thank you.
So much.
Oh, thank you. Your drawing is so gorgeous. But see, the reason also why I wanted to have you guys do some drawing is when I started out, when I was younger, I was inspired by my grandfather. And my grandfather was a painter and a drawer. And so I loved him so much and just wanted to be a part of his world that I started taking classes. So I started doing drawing, painting, and sculpture, and I would ride my bicycle to the art center like this. So this could become an art center where young kids come and they take classes. Maybe you all will turn it, we're all teachers. We're all teachers. And so I started doing drawing. It was very hard for me too, and it's still hard for me. Jewelry is my thing, and some of you may find that you like drawing better, or you like painting, and then maybe you paint a picture, and then you are inspired by it, and you make a piece of jewelry based on her painting. There's a lot of things, jewelry is such a passionate thing of mine, and I hope that you all find that as well. But everyone has a different role, and as Lori says, we're all a village. So some people like something better than others, but to push through a struggle is a very important lesson. Very important not to give up and be frustrated, and not to think it's bad or not good, because art is all in the eye of the beholder. What you think might not be very good, someone might see in the United States, look at your drawing and say, oh, what famous artist created this drawing? I mean, and maybe for you, it's a little intimidated, and it's also good to be humble, to say thank you, and not, well, this is the best. I mean, you want to be proud of yourselves, but also when you have a certain amount of humbleness, it just always makes you want to get better and keep going. And not think that I'm the best, I'm done, I did it, An artist is always evolving and always feeling that they can do something else, because the process is never finished.
Yeah.
It's always continual, and that's what's so beautiful about it too, is you could be making jewelry when you're 80. You could be in there on your porch with your grandkids, weaving metal or, drawing with them, and that's what's beautiful about art too, is that you pass it on to other people and inspire other people. We all are inspirational to somebody. And then you're telling stories and bringing people together through your art.
Okay.
So.
Can you continue?
Oh, thank you. As my colleagues have said, for the first time it was very hard to understand it, but for me, in my last time, I used to like drawing or to be an artist. Then
On my first time when I understand that we are going to starting with drawing, with sketching, I was very happy to do this and to attain these trainings. Have been very been complicated with those works, but we think that we will be very experienced with you. There is a very good course that I used to say it and to talk with my friends that to work hard is very good than a talent. When a talented one doesn't work hard, I think that you will help us and you will help me to make my dreams come true. Thank you.
Beautifully put, and I loved how you said attain. To attain your beautiful vocabulary.
Okay, Florence?
Thank you. The first time is very hard to draw. Then, after to draw, I'm trying to draw. I remember the principal said that, Florence, if you try to draw, then I'm drawing. For this moment, I'm very hard to draw. Thank you.
No, believe me, drawing is very hard. I make better jewelry than I do draw, because it's drawing stuff. But
the first time we have learned this, drawing is not possible for me. It's hard. But today I can try everything. I remember the time Prosper told us, go out and see some trees and come and draw any one of these. So I tried to draw this, the leaf of this one out, and I can show it.
yes, let's see.
It was not easy, but I tried. This one. I look at
that's
it and
amazing.
I draw it.
Whoa! That is beautiful. This is amazing. You have, oh my goodness, my goodness. Beautiful detail.
It's gorgeous.
Yes. You should be very proud. And you know what? Now that you guys have got the drawing things hard, the jewelry is fun.